So with the Ultimate Women Team of the Season coming this Friday, we're going to go through a bunch of investments. So just before the video does start, a quick little ad on a trading service I offer over on Twitch. For the cheapest trading guides out there for just £4, €4, all free with Amazon Prime, you'll receive daily trading and investing guides covering PlayStation, Xbox and PC with an array of methods covering all budgets. And I've been trading for over 10 years, making over 100 million in multiple different FIFAs, and now for the last 4 years I've made 10 million coins in just the first month. So in today's video what we're going to be doing is going through the Women's Ultimate Team of the Season and talking about the best investment. Now, if you missed yesterday's episode I talked about the men's team, which arguably are probably better investment than the women's team. But let's say, for example, some of the men's team of the season, Ultimate Team of the Seasons are investments are inflated, or you want to diversify your investment that a little bit more. What we're going to be doing is we are going to be covering the women's team of the season. So if you're not familiar with what Ultimate Team of the Season is, Ultimate Team of the Season is basically the last team of the season we get where they re-release the best quote-unquote cards of Team of the Season. Now, we covered it for the men's yesterday. That basically includes around about 25 players, which are going to give or take be all the 97s, half the 96s, and a third of the 95s. And today what we're going to be doing is covering the women, because it's all a little bit different in terms of what ratings we're going to be looking at, because of course the women's team of the season on a whole are slightly lower rated than the men's. On top of that, there are also probably going to be less women's Ultimate Team of the Season cards than the men's cards, just through the trend of there only being I think 11 to 13 women's team of the season cards in comparison to the 24 men's we get. So what we're going to be looking at is we're going to be looking at the women Ultimate Team of the Season who are likely to get a card who did well first time. Here are some examples of players that went out of packs for the normal team of season and then did well with the Ultimate Team of season. So the first time that he went out of packs was the 19th of May, in which his card went from 5k all the way up there to 9.6k. He then went back in packs, went down to 6k, and then was released in the Ultimate Team of season where he went from 6k all the way up there to 11.5k. This also occurred with SBC fodder, for example, Lewandowski, who got himself an Ultimate Team of season, who went from 30k all the way up there to 46k. So there's two sorts of trends we're looking for. We're looking for one, meta players, which sadly does run less so with the women cards because it's rarer for people to run women cards in their team than men's cards. But what we'll more be looking for is going to be the fodder, the trend like Lewandowski. Like we covered in yesterday's video, 97s are give or take guaranteed to be getting in the Ultimate Team of seasons. 96s have about a 50-60% chance. And then another main difference between the men's and the women's is there's a significantly higher amount of women team of season that come in at moments in comparison to the men's. The reason this is actually is because EA forced a lot of the top end cards to get moments that had team of the years. So for example, if I go and show you, like, we got ourselves a Kerr, an Uberdorf, we got ourselves a Putellas, a Morgan. So a lot of the players who actually got a team of the year or women team of the year were kind of forced into getting a team of the year moments, team of season moments. I'm not quite sure why they did that. Maybe to, I don't know, maybe because they're popular cards or they knew they're popular cards. So as a result, there's actually a lot more higher rated women moments than there were men. As an example, with the men, the only moments we thought might get in would have been De Bruyne, whereas by the looks of things, there's going to be multiple women. I'll also just throw the caution out there that I do think buying women cards are a little bit more risky than buying the men's cards. And the reason for that is because the men's teams have always had like 25 players and the women's have only had 11. As a result, in theory, there's going to be half the amount of players. And as a result, there being half the amount of players, in theory, there's half the chance of them getting a team of the season. Now, it is Ultimate Team of the season, so they definitely might release more than just the 11 that they have with that. And likewise with the mixed, which we'll be covering tomorrow. They might go and release more than the normal 11 we get, but I would say because we haven't had the women's Ultimate Team of season and the mixed Ultimate Team of season before, do be a little bit careful that, in theory, they're probably a little bit more risky, so there is a lower chance of them getting a team of season because of their, of course, being half the amount of players. So without further ado, let's get underway with the players. Like I said, there's two reasons for cards to go up. It's one, because they're weakly demanded, someone like Eder Militao, and two, because they're fodder, someone like Lewandowski, who went out of packs last year. So we're going to walk through the players that I think are give or take guaranteed to be in the women's team of the season. The first one is James. Now the problem for James is he really doesn't have any demand out of packs. So, I mean, I think you can buy, obviously, quote-unquote risk-free at 300 coins. 900 coins. We've seen we've seen a lack of 83s rising in the last 2 weeks just due to there not really being much demand. Now, fodder traditionally does do quite well during Ultimate Team of the season, so maybe you gamble that 84s do well, and then 83s follow suit, but sadly, yeah, being one of the most likely players to get a team of the season, I don't actually think she'll do too amazingly out of packs. But if you want to go and buy someone who's discard and risk free. Well, there you go. You got yourself James. So the next player we're going to get underway with Prop. Prop, of course, has a 97 rated Team of the Season card, coming in at 9.5k, which is generally the going rate for 88s at the moment. You can see they're all 9.5k. I think is a good gamble. Next card we move on to is 86 Krachawi. Now, interesting enough, 86ers actually went extinct last year during the Team of the Season. And the reason they went extinct is because there was a repeatable Team of the Season or Team Season Moments pack, and therefore they did really, really well. I think also they're a pretty decent gamble going into next week. It's quite middle of the road sort of fodder, good for upgrade SBCs. I can see them doing very, very well. And luckily, there's actually quite a lot of 86 base cards that fit into Team of the Season. But yeah, Krachawi coming in at 5.9k. We can see right now 86's base is about 5k, so I guess you are paying 1k inflated, but of course, you know, she'll be out of packs on Friday when loads of packs are opened, unlike those base cards. So then move on to Smith, and I'm not actually sure if Smith will get one, because I'm not quite sure if they talk about the Team of Season pluses. Well, nonetheless, it doesn't really matter, because Smith is very inflated this week, because everyone's using her in NWSL teams with those Team of the Seasons, but obviously they're not packing the 1.6 million coin card, so she's actually really, really inflated, meaning you're running a really high risk, because she isn't going to get, if she, let's say she's in packs on Friday, she's back down to 11k because of how inflated she's become this week. So I wouldn't really want to run the risk on her anyway, because yes, she is a weekly demanded card, but one, there's going to be less people building NWSL teams next week, and two, she has a lot more to crash in comparison to other cards. That then moves on to Bon Matip and Hansen, and these are kind of in the same boat where they're not an investment unless they drop, and the reason for that is right now 90s are about 22k, well, they're coming in respectively 27 and 25. You may say, well, they're weekly demanded. Well, the problem is she was down at 20 earlier in the week, and also she was down at 20 earlier in the week, so this is like a case of a little bit too late, and the only time you really could buy them was the Friday and Saturday we've just got. So yeah, Bon Matip and Hansen very likely, but unless they both go down to, let's say, 22, 23k, they're just not a buy because of how inflated they are. And like I was saying earlier about 86 is coming in abundance. You got Guerrero, again, should be good out of packs. Really good for Evos and so on and so on. Also, Team of Season cards probably would edge the Team of Season moments, which a lot of the high-rated women are. So yeah, do think there's a nice little investment on Guerrero. And we go on to the last player that I think is likely to get in that, and that is Lauren Hemp. Again, another 86 coming here at 6k. Ideally, get maybe a price range update, because of course, in theory, there's only a maximum of 3.5k profit on her, compared to Guerrero, who I think had a 10k price range, or 11k price range. Yeah. So Krachawi and Guerrero, if I'm not wrong, both have 11k price ranges. So probably be a little bit more favourable than Hemp, because you can make 4.5k profit maximum on these cards, compared to Hemp, you could only make 3.5k because of her having a 10k price range. And last year 86s did go extinct, therefore obviously it would be favourable to go and buy the French woman over Hemp. Now obviously there are going to be more women's team this season, just like how there'll be more men's team this season, but the thing is, it's unfavourable they'll be in it, because again EA favours the highest rated. They do of course go with some low rateds, again I can show you last year's one, and you can see down there that we did get Saliba low rated 92 for Impong, 92 for Fana, 94 to Stegen, so we did get some lower rated ones, but in the thing is the two highest or three highest ratings were the ones most likely to be in it. So in terms of investment, you might as well go something that's more favourable to go out of packs than something that isn't. And that's going to be about it. Now, if they're very nicely inflated on Friday, you can go and sell them on Friday in the pre-hype. But the Eden Militao and the Lewandowski I showed you peaks on the following Thursday. So you'll be buying now and selling in 1 week and a few days, basically next Thursday. And that is about that. Now, I did actually invest 15 million in Team of the Weeks, which I am selling. The reason I'm selling is because they just haven't risen in the last 24 hours, and they're going to get resupplied on Wednesday, meaning I don't really want to be in them. There is an investment to go and buy them, I'd say Wednesday, probably around about 8 PM to 10 PM, and then go and sell them on the Friday after 6 PM, because I can imagine they'll do really well when the Ultimate Team of Season is out, but there just isn't really any demand for them when the Serie A is out, so I think there is a play in that. So just a heads up regarding what I've done with my Team of the Week investment. On top of that, you can go and just pick up Team of the Seasons. But again, we covered that in previous videos. I just wanted to give a little update in this video. But thank you very much for watching. We're going to cover mixed Team of the Season tomorrow, so thanks for watching. See you guys tomorrow with the mixed Ultimate Team of the Season investment.